So unlearning 100% compliance. This is the American education system. The American education system is all about compliance. It's all they give a shit about. Submission, compliance, capitulation, do as the fuck as you're told and get in line. You stupid ass fucking kid. Fuck you for having a thought of your own. Don't think that you have your own thoughts. Don't you dare think that. We tell you what to fucking do and you do it. And the thing about obedience and morality, when you comply with other people, regardless of whether it's right or wrong, you're not thinking about the morality of the thing. So that's Spalding University is without morals. Spalding University has no morals. They have no fucking ethics, no morality. They no spirituality, no souls. Just a bunch of fucking psycho fucking piece of shit asshole fascists. Just a bunch of fucking Nazi fucking fascist fucking overweight losers. That's who's teaching the future of the teaching education for the rest of America, right? So they're teaching others to be fascists like themselves. They're not empowering them. They're not showing leading by example. They're not showing democratic systems. They're not teaching morality, spirituality, empowerment, autonomy. They're not teaching any of these values at all. These values they're woefully ignorant of it, and they're fine with that because they want 100% compliance. So this lady's teaching first graders, and we had a kindergarten teacher who was teaching us, and she treated us like fucking kindergartners. And what's amazing is just, God, it's such bullshit. Okay, so yeah, the teachers could say and do whatever they want to do, but it was my peers. They were it didn't matter who the fuck the person was. The person could come out of fucking blue. There was Luke, there's Desiree, there's several other fucking just assholes. Heather. Heather was just a shitty asshole. I never done anything to her, but she was a fucking dick. And she was a dick to me the whole fucking time. And why is that? Because I was an asshole because I was shitty to everybody? No, not at all. I did everything that I was supposed to do. You know, I listened and I sat in the chair and did everything and I think that might have been the fucking point. I remember talking to Karen Dunnigan about that, and I said, I feel like I messed up when I sat in the chair and you stood up. And then she's like, what do you mean you let me stood up? What do you mean you let me stood up? Why don't you hear what the fuck I'm saying to you? That, of course, that's true. One person sitting down and one person standing up, that you have more of a say-so when you're standing up. That's why everybody sits in a meeting, right? The person who stands, this person who speaks stands up, bro. But she didn't want to fucking understand. She wanted to treat me like a fucking asshole, and it's such fucking bullshit. I walked home so many times just wondering why the fuck didn't she like me, or why the fuck didn't she try to understand what the fuck I was saying. She was sitting there trying to make me feel like I was some dumb fuck piece of shit. Well, I don't know what the fuck she was saying, but basically I was beneath her. I was inferior to Karen Dunnigan. And she's fucking disgusting, overweight. She doesn't know what the fuck she's doing. She doesn't connect to any fucking young person at all. She doesn't even like Terry Schoon. Terry Schoon's an asshole to her. She knows she's an asshole. Well, whatever. Okay, so I'm reading this Unlearning 100% Compliance, okay? So 100% compliance is all the American education system. That's all they give a shit about, okay? So the American education system, since the Head Start, kindergarten, all the way to college, to graduate school, it's just obedience to authority. If I was learning how to weld, I can understand you got to weld this way or else you're going to get burnt. When it comes to education, when it comes to business, I mean, these things are more generic. You don't know what the next big business idea is going to be. Bill Gates didn't take any business courses, and he's the richest man in the world. So school isn't teaching us how to be. School is just a bunch of fucking. There's a mixture of why school continues on, but I think there's only elite. There's only so many people that could go to school, and then once you go to school, then it's like, oh, you're like us. You went through the same bullshit that we went through, so therefore you're like us. And that's not enough. Just to be like you, right? There's later on she's going to mention about teach like a champion, and this was the book that Kristen Harris and Jennifer Mangio of Spalding University were teaching their class of 99%. I think there was 2 men in there in the classroom, and the rest are women. So out of 30 of the graduating class of Spalding University, you have 90% white women, right? Because that's the only people that can graduate are fascist white women. I mean, it's incredible. I can't say all women don't understand equality, but these women, like every professor that I was in with Spalding University, they don't understand equality. They don't give a shit about equality. They only care about classroom management. You shut the fuck up. You sit down. You do as the fuck as you're told. That's all Spalding University is about. They did not teach me. The best times at Spalding University would be when I would sneak to Spalding University and start teaching on my own. I would set a camera up in the front of class, and I would just be talking to myself. And that was actually the best time. I mean, this is the education I get right now. I have a narrative, and my narrative is being told to the entire world, okay? So, I don't know, maybe I just need to talk to some more people with some like-minded folks, but I'm not seeing many like-minded folks. I live in Kentucky. Who to here understands democracy, understands about change, or wanting to do something different? I blame the education system, right? But, once they feel like they're educated, well, I don't learn how to read and write. I'm going to make my kid go through the damn thing because I tell my fucking kid what to fucking do. And that's all it is. The oppression starts in the house, and then it goes to the whole fucking society, and we're supposed to be what? Good fucking people because you're going to smash our fucking faces in? If we're not, you're not teaching us to be human. In fact, you totally ignored Emile, Jean-Jacques Rousseau. There's only two major theories about human nature. Either we all kill each other in the state of human nature, or we're good in the state of human nature. And if we're good, then we got to protect that goodness. Well, Spalding University doesn't even know that. Jean-Jacques Rousseau blew away fucking, medieval France, 1600s France, right? That's when he wrote this shit, 1700s. And that was a whole nother day. That was like, oh my God, there's bubonic plague, there's child labor, there's fucking, people pointing a gun right at your fucking face. You better fight or else I kill. There's so many things that was going on with France. But here, those same ideas are being met with the same resistance. I like to think Albert Einstein's quote. He says that great spirits always encounter violent opposition from mediocre minds. Great spirits always encounter violent opposition from mediocre minds. Okay, so let's read about this. Okay, so we got Sophie Johnson, who's doing this Unlearning 100% compliance. Okay, so the entire American school system is all about 100% compliance. She's in this school system. She's teaching first graders, and she took this picture of them where they was all compliant. They was doing everything. They was sitting on their exact carpet squares with their hands exactly on their laps like dolls right out of the box. Oh my God, I shouted, "You look amazing." I grabbed my camera, I took this picture, and I felt completely triumphant like I just won at teaching. She didn't win, she lost. But I didn't notice until years later the single most obvious thing about this photograph. Every single child in it is frowning, every single one of them. We learn from a very young age that when someone takes out a camera, you're supposed to smile and say cheese, supposed to make out the moment look memorably delightful so you can look back at it and say, those were the days. It's in our social makeup to smile for a camera. I'm sure I even said smile when I took the picture, but none of the kids were smiling because they were fucking miserable. You killed their fucking spirit. You killed their fucking soul, and you were so happy when that happened. So I spent a lot of time studying the concept of 100% compliance. It is technique 36 in the chapter on setting high behavioral expectations in Lemauve's book, Teach Like a Champion. I got Teach Like a Champion, and that's interesting. That's the fucking book that they taught, right? So that was Kristen Harris, Jennifer Mangio out of Spalding University. They used Teach Like a Champion book, 100% compliance. That's all they gave a fuck about. They sat there in front of the fucking class and pretended by saying all these PowerPoints it was actually teaching us. They weren't teaching us shit except for we're a bunch of dumb bitches and we will have to do as the fuck as they tell us. And that's just it. And in fact, like when you're in graduate school, you have so much money on the line, what are you going to do? You have a person like Kristen Harris, right? She isn't saying, she doesn't make any threats. It's not verbal. It's implicated. She was like, move over to the other side of the room just because. We was there for 3 fucking hours. We was in our seats for an hour and a half. But for some reason, she wanted us all bunched up, real close together, right? Sitting right next to each other so our elbows are hitting each other and we're right there. They wanted to do a lineup, right? They think they're fucking drill sergeants, line up, fucking soldiers, and here's what's going to happen. Well, you're not fucking soldiers, and you should be teaching us. There's no individuality. My God, you fucking kill the individual spirit from each one of us just so you can fucking teach the way you think you're supposed to be teaching. And by teaching that way, you fucking kill every fucking person's soul, their fucking mind, their emotions. If you're ordering people around like they're stupid ass bitches, you don't care about their ambitions, their goals in life, their feelings. You don't care about what they view, their philosophy. You don't care how they look about life. You don't give a fuck about any of them. It's the same thing as hitting somebody. If you can order somebody around like they're a little bitch, and you can hit somebody like they don't mean nothing, you don't give a fuck about them at all. And that's America. This is a capitalistic dog-eat-dog fucking country, right? Some people sink, some people swim. Those who are homeless, fuck them. Who gives a shit? Those who drop out of fucking school or the white teachers kick these black kids out and then they're rioting, right, downtown, well, who gives a fuck? Who gives a shit, right? You all created that fucking mess, but you're going to pretend like you had nothing to do with it. They're all dropped out. What are they going to do? What are they going to do? All these white teachers are fucking kicking all these black kids out. What are they going to fucking do? So She's okay. So Sophie Johnson is sitting there teaching this first grade class, and she's looking at this picture that she had taught. You know, she got 100% compliance, made all the kids sit on the fucking on the carpet, but none of them were smiling, and she didn't understand it. I spent a lot of time studying the concept of 100% compliance in Lemauve's book, Teach Like a Champion. In the book, Lemauve writes, "There's one acceptable percentage of students following the direction, 100%. Less, and your authority is subject to interpretation, situation, and motivation." That's Teach Like a Champion. That's fucking Spalding University's Magnus Opum, okay? I wrote 150 pages. I could be a published author. I could be a published author. I could be giving fucking talks and speaks, you know, all across the country. I have a lot of information. I've analyzed lots of different alternative versions of education. You got the Waldorf schools. You got Sudbury model schools. You got Montessori. You've got the black schools, right? Before integration, you have just homeschooling. Just go down the line. I mean, there's so many alternatives out there, but I analyzed 10 different ones of them, and I came up with the best ones that I thought were using my apparatus of oppressor versus the oppressed. That's my entire philosophy. You know what I think, but what do they think? They think we're the fucking boss. Shut the fuck up with your stupid oppressor, oppressed fucking bullshit. Okay, oppressor, that's exactly what I expected you to say. So there is solace into me because it's a dying industry and they're going to kill themselves. Spalding University is going to fucking kill themselves. If all they're going to do is sit there and teach a bunch of fucking fascists to go out there and to be a bunch of dickhead fucking classroom management fucking tyrants, you're not teaching anybody anything. Yeah, you might be able to get a job. Yeah, you might be able to get in the fucking system and shit and oppress more fucking kids and shit on more kids and ruin more kids' lives and get paid for it. $55,000 is what these fucking teachers at JCPS are getting paid. $55,000 to fuck up your kids, to manipulate and to fuck them up and to make sure that they're fucking, you know, the black boys, I just couldn't, it's just so fucking clear to me. White masks, I tell them, black boys, okay, boy, do this, boy, and how emasculating. They're 17-year-old young men, and she's sitting there calling them boy. That's Julie Chancellor. Julie Chancellor calling young black men boys because she's a fucking shitty bitch. She's a tyrannical fucking shitty fucking tyrannical fucking piece of shit. She's a fucking waste of fucking space. Okay? She is fucking America up. There's no bigger fucking thing than that. Okay? That's the education system. The education system is how we all interact and operate with each other. Did these white women teach us to interact and operate with each other with respect? No. They say respect me and that's all that fucking matters. That's what they're saying. So they're not making sure they respect each other. And you know, it's how you gonna expect somebody to get up in the middle class and give a fucking speech when you're not even going to be reassuring them that there's a safe spot for them to speak. And since you're a critical fucking asshole, then that means the other fucking students are going to be critical fucking assholes. Well, why do that? My God, that's a fucking suicide walk. That's a suicide speech. Here, get up here and make this fucking speech so we can all laugh at you and shit on you. It's fucking bullshit. And it doesn't, you know, I don't know. Part of me cares because I'm in this field, but the other part of me doesn't care. If the fucking parents don't give a shit that the teachers are fucking their kids up, if the students don't give a shit that the teachers are being assholes to them, if the fucking administrators don't give a shit that the teachers are being dicks to the fucking, who gives a shit, right? They're getting their $55,000 and look like they did something. So give them their fucking money and then let all of Louisville fucking, you know, just kind of melt into a wasteland. So 100% is all she wants. You know, that's the type of compliance that she wants. 100% compliance. That's what the fuck they was going for. 100% compliance. That's the fucking problem. That's the fucking problem. You know, 100% compliance. What, everybody in the fucking classrooms just got to be a bunch of fucking what? Soulless, spiritualist, immoral fucking slaves, just do as the fuck as everybody else tells them what to do. That's what you're teaching. You're fucking it all up. You're messing it all up, and nobody seems to give a shit. I wish I could actually speak with somebody about some of these ideas. Paulo Freire, I was being taught Paulo Freire from a fucking oppressor. Yeah. Too bad that fucking oppressor didn't realize he was oppressing a class of 30 fucking students, and then his favorite fucking student was a kiss ass. You know, an Uncle Tom fucking house Negro. I'm a field Negro. If you understand Malcolm X's distinction, I'm a field Negro. And I'm sitting there saying, you know, the slave masters don't give a shit about us. They're just exploiting us for their own fucking benefit. It's time for us to stand up and do something different. That's where I'm coming from. And it is time to do something different. So, you know, I'm reading this article, and this article is, it's all these other emotions are coming out of it, and I'm going to eventually finish this article. I don't care if it takes another fucking video, because I'm just sick and tired of thinking all these fucking thoughts, and it's fucking bullshit. It's fucking bullshit how, you know, I've never been so fucking, stabbed in the back. I've never been betrayed so hardcore by some fucking piece of shit as Elizabeth Rogers. Elizabeth Rogers has got to be the shittiest fucking person on the fucking planet. On a whim, she stole $50,000 in 2.5 fucking years of work from me because some psycho bitch said she couldn't get along with me. And she went ahead and accepted it. That was a good enough explanation for her.